everyone, welcome back to the Happy Investor podcast. And today I'm joined by Lucy Shrimpton. Welcome, Lucy.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
How are you doing? What have you been up to this week?
Oh, do you know, well, as we're recording this, we've just come out of the end of like the darkest 10 months of the year, haven't we? In the depths of winter. But today the sun is shining and it's brightening up my world. But honestly, I find January tough. I find it a real slump. Like, I'm a really upbeat, positive person, and I really do find it a grind in January.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest. It's just not my favourite time of year.
Agreed. Let's get some sun. And you're a water person as well, aren't you? You do boating and things like that.
Yeah, we are a boaty family. Well, we've always lived near the water and love being on the water. So yeah, being out on the sea, just it's so nice to just escape from everything.
We need to do this together.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm now by the beach in Dorset, so we need to get together.
We are South Coast bunnies. We should definitely get there.
So can you tell the listeners a bit about you, a bit about your background and what you're working on at the moment?
Absolutely, yeah. So to not give you the full life story, I've been in business my entire adult life. So we're talking more than 26 years of business ownership in one guise or another. So I feel like I've really gone through the school of business life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through a real life thing, from different business models, from, building something from solo up in the entertainment space, into agency models. And then I pivoted around the time I had my two babies, so 2 under 2. And it was a strange time. My ownership in the business I'd built was such that I could allow that business to carry on without me, which was great. So that could carry on. And I thought, right, there's something else I want to do here. I was really obsessed with psychology and human behavior. And at the time I had 2 under 2 and sleep became a big part of that. Yeah. I was always really into health and wellness and being fit. And I think this stems a lot from having lost my father to lifestyle disease as an entrepreneur himself. And I was very like, that will never happen to me. I'm always going to take good care of myself. Long story short, I then started a business helping parents with infant sleep, which 12 or so years on now has grown into an international brand, which is really successful in its own right. I've always known there's more. And I think because through that business, I began training business people. I began training consultants. I think we were at 300 consultants in 23 countries around the world. I became the person who helped them on their business, not so much helping the parents directly. So our end user has always been the parents, but my role shifted. And that's, I think where I really do light up, because it's always been human behavior through all of it, but it's just for different reasons. So now to get to today, I absolutely adore my life's work, which is with Born to be Brilliant, where I'm helping entrepreneurs to really recalibrate the human operating system so they can experience the rich life. And when I say rich, I mean rich in all the good ways in every area that they were really made for. Because so many of us do just push, and you end up creating a business that consumes you. And wonder, like, hang on, that's not what I signed up for. So I'm the person that then goes, okay, let's take stock and rejig you so that you absolutely love every part of your life. That's the goal.
That's amazing. It's just so hard, isn't it? Because when you've got your own business, it's your baby, and you can work all the time. And the more work you do, the bigger you can build the business, the better your wealth can be. And, then you can do all the things you want to do. But then you just find yourself in this cycle of, I'm exhausted and I'm going to burn out. So how can you help people with that? What can we do?
It's so common, first of all. I think it's really important to say that, because when people hit that, they often will think immediately like, I'm failing. I'm not made for this. I can't do this. And you start to think there's something wrong with you, especially because we're, bombarded constantly online by people's highlight reels, and then it makes you think there's something wrong with you. So let's just get that really clear. Like, there really isn't. And anybody that you've ever looked at or aspire to will have had and multiple times gone through those moments of what we often call burnout. So it's very, very normal. There are the basics to try to avoid that, like the staying on top of things like the simple things, health, nutrition, getting outside, moving, breathing, taking breaks. Like a lot of the time we know this, but we don't do it. Guilty as charged. I'll do the same. Like I know it. And then there'll be a day where I'm just so hyper focused. I'm like, God, I need to stop. I need to do something for me. So there's the well-being part for sure. Absolutely. But I think it really goes deeper, really deeper into who we are, because the truth is, I think that we do have the capacity to hold a lot if it's in line with our purpose, what we really want and where we're going. So you could put the same level of output out and not burn out if you're in proper alignment and it's all good, as you could if you are off track, and you will feel ruined and burnt out, because it's like pouring, emptying your cup and feeling completely drained, as opposed to effort that doesn't really empty your cup because you're loving it the whole time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So is that what you do with people? You figure out, is this something that you're passionate about, and you've got this complete underlying mission that will just keep driving you and give you this amazing positive energy, rather than pushing to something you think you should be doing?
Yeah, definitely. And don't get me wrong, there are times in business we have to do things we don't like. Like that's inevitable. We're going to have to, especially in the earlier stages when we're wearing all the hats, But we can get so consumed by it that we can't really see it anymore. We don't know what we don't know, and we're like lost in it. So what we think we're doing, it's not until you shine a light on it that you realize, oh yeah, and we've forgotten some of the basics. An example of this, one of my clients was the first in his family to have done well, really. He had a very humble upbringing and never had much as a family. So he was the first to really become something and make some money. But the poor guy was on his knees because he was doing everything. And whilst he was proud of what he built was going to bring him down if he didn't change something. A lot of that, the starting point of our work, turned out to be quite a lot around time management, which sounds really basic, but when you've built this kind of monster, it can be quite hard to see a way out, So we had to kind of take stock first and go, right, let's actually just get your capacity back to something sensible. We form beliefs like, I have to do that, or no one else can do that, or yeah, they'll do that when. And so we end up just stuck. And so his passion and reason and belief in what he was creating, and his next level vision was great as well. It's like, but before we can even execute on that next level vision, we've got to sort of relay the foundations here, because the foundations are rocky. And so sort of stripping it back sometimes to see what it is that's taking away either the joy, or, like I said, doesn't always have to be all happy, fun work, but the purpose, because we'll do hard things when we've got a strong motivation as to why we're doing it and what it's all for.
Yeah. Amazing. So what other challenges do you see cropping up time and time again that you can help people with?
I mean, my rich life model consists of 5 key elements, and these are it always fits one of these somewhere or more. So time, we just talked about, is one of them. We want to feel rich in time. We get into business because we want time freedom, right? We want to be there for the school runs or the what have you. Relationships is another one. Sometimes we build these empires that take us away from our loved ones, and that wasn't the idea. With health, we talked about that initially, and from crushing it late nights, not sleeping, to not getting out, moving our bodies, to living on salt and sugar because it's a quick fix and keeps us running. So we end up neglecting our health. That the old saying, isn't it, that we'll end up spending more on our health later because we've cost such a health deficit along the way. Happiness, generally, because that fulfillment, that sense of worth and purpose and just feeling good about what we're doing overall. That satisfaction. And money. That's the other key one. We need it. It is essential, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting lots of money. I think we struggle with that in the UK, especially as women, to actually say, I want lots of money.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
You're allowed.
Yeah. This is amazing. This is so amazing, Lucy, because I think lots of people get into business because they've had a really good idea, or they've followed their parents into it, or they've set something up and they're working really hard on it, and that becomes their whole life.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything you said in those 5 things was strategy or, just pushing that business forward. It's all the stuff around it.
Yeah.
I think we just become our businesses, don't we? It's mad. Why do we do this?
We do, and I think we all do. We all do at some point or another. And either people are so resistant to doing that they don't, but then they really are just doing a self-created job. I know some people can be really well boundaried, which is great, but they do just show up to work and they do a job and they stop. And if that works for them and they have all, and they are thriving in all those 5 areas, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But more often than not, we're signing up to something that's going to cause, more work, more responsibility, more pressure, less pay for your time, and more problems than if you just had a job. And I don't think I could ever have a job. I haven't had a job since I was 21. But I think it's important to recognize those elements and not expect it to be easy, because it gets painted as easy far too often online. And I don't think that's even intentional half the time, but it's just what we perceive. And sadly, lots of people, especially around 2020, 2021, people went, oh, that looks better than this uncertainty in the world of employment and lockdowns. Oh, retrain and do this. And went into things thinking it would be an easier life. And it's not. It takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of, but it takes a lot of work.
Definitely.
And too many people get in it. So I have a pyramid of potential and our outcomes are at the top. What we do is in the middle and who we are is at the bottom. Too many people get into the middle. So they come in and they do. And they do and they do and they do really, really, really well. And the outcomes, they're brilliant until they hit a point where either the outcomes are still brilliant, but they just don't love them, or they think, why am I doing this? Or they're, something's not right. And actually, if you strip it back, it's because that who at the bottom isn't the who that they actually are or want to be. And so it sort of crumbles, and it's like, can we just go back and fix this bit here so we're built on a solid pyramid, not a crumbly one?
Yes, because then when you figure out who you are, it's what your purpose is, and then it should be easy, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it can change. It absolutely can change. Who I was when I was, 25 is not who I am at 45. That can change, but there's probably a common theme. There'll be something that runs through it all. And that's
okay, how do we figure that out? If someone's listening right now and they're either thinking of starting a business or they're in a business and it's not feeling great, how do we figure out that bottom of the pyramid, who we are and what we really want?
Belief system is a part of that. Identity, who you are. I was actually thinking about this just this morning while working out. And I was doing my workout and I was thinking, yeah, this is just who I am. It just is who I am. And anyone that knows me knows that, yeah, Lucy gets up and works out before she does the school run. It's literally who I am. It's not what I do. It's who I am at my core. So I think there's who we are and who we want to be. And knowing if we're behaving and operating from that place of who we really are or not. So even doing something as simple as writing it down, what am I doing at the moment that I don't like, that doesn't feel good? Because that will give you the clues as to where it's out of whack with who you are. So if you're like, well, one thing I really don't like about how I'm showing up at the moment is I'm really snappy with my family. And that might be, I'm sure we've all done that, but it might be something that's really coming up a lot for somebody at the moment. So if that's the case, then I would go, okay. And it doesn't feel good because it's not really who you are. That's why when those situations come up, you go, oh, that's not nice. That's not me. I don't like me like that.
Yeah.
So then we take the next layer. Okay, so why am I being like that? Is it because I'm exhausted and not filling my cup enough with just wellness and taking care of my body, the vessel?
Mm-hmm.
Is it psychological? Is it something bothering me? Because if I'm in fear, and that's usually at play somewhere, so I'm in fear somewhere, finances are tough, or I'm struggling for time, and that's where we get into that hustle. Yeah, that could be why, that could be behind it. So we start to look, we've got to peel back these layers. It's very difficult to do this on your own, because not only does it take huge self-awareness, but you don't know what questions to ask yourself.
Yes.
Which is why it's really helpful having prompts of somebody to go, okay, but why that? And what makes you say that? And to peel these onion layers back. But when we can get down to okay, these are the reasons why I don't like the way I'm showing up in this area or this area. It doesn't have to be with other people. It could be something you're just doing yourself and you don't like about yourself. That's when you'll know you're not in alignment with who you really are. It won't feel good. It just won't feel good. Then we can look at, well, if that's not really me, what is really me? And what does that version of me do and therefore get? And that's when we can start to see the light, see the way. It's not easy. It can sound it, but it's not easy. And it takes being really, really honest with yourself.
Yeah, it's really complex, because I think people just get into habits, and they, especially as business owners, we just work so hard and we put everything into that. And earlier when you were saying, just easy things like your nutrition and going out for a walk, and I was thinking, oh God, I'm so guilty of just sitting at my laptop all day and going, oh yeah, I'll grab something to eat. I've been thinking much more recently about, no, you need to get out. I live in the most beautiful place. Yeah. Let's get out with we've got a new puppy, take her to the beach every day. Yes, I'm not working on the business, but I need to be healthy and I need to be my best self. And there's so much more to life.
There really is. And when you do step out, literally I know it is simple logically, but it isn't simple to do it. Just stepping out and, even having those moments in nature where you actually stop and have nothing going in, because I'm guilty of like podcasts and listening to stuff, actually switch everything off. Yeah. And you actually notice the birds and where you are, the waves, like the sounds of anything around you. It totally grounds you, brings you back to like, hang on, I'm on this great big spinning ball in outer space here. That's flipping amazing, actually. Why have I been so caught up? Like, we're so down and in, to just go up and out for a bit.
Yes.
And just breathe. And quite often that's when the aha moments come anyway. So puppies are great for making us do that.
Yes. And let's all go to the beach. I do an event in the summer called Business by the Beach, which I'm going to get you involved this year. Yeah. But it's just, even doing that, going out to events, having some fun, meeting some other business owners. You take people out on the boat, don't you?
Yeah.
It's getting in another location, isn't it? With different people and a beautiful environment, and you can just have a bit of perspective and see things differently.
Environment's so important. It's one of the main things that is, starting points. In fact, I was working on some presentation, and I'm literally just doing this piece on environment. And it's crazy how when I say environment, it's not just beautiful scenery. That can really help for sure, because it reminds you of the beauty of the world we live in. And I know that might sound twee, but it's so true. It's like, actually, yes, this is all right, but environment also being the people that we're around, the proximity as well. So in the flesh, real humans, real conversations. I love creating those sort of experiences, because only good can come of that. It's like fuel for the soul. It's so good.
So what are the best things that you've learned that you've done for you in your life and your business? that we can all have as
Hmm.
tips or hacks to go and do?
I don't know. Sometimes I think I don't know if I'm the best example because I think I'm a bit of an extreme in some cases. But it was the 1st of May 2016 when I decided to start the workout kind of lifestyle that I began. And I've stuck to it ever since. So it became me. So one really, if I could give that as an experience and tip in the sense of self-care, I started doing Shaun T's Team 25. Um, it's a 25 minutes, 5 days a week thing. And it was like just need to press play. And I had 2 toddlers or babies at that point. I still
Yeah.
did it. And um I would put it on my TV. I would do it in my living room in bare feet. Like I would just do it. It was get up,
Yeah.
gear on and do it. And my commitment was I just need to hit play and I'll do it every single day. Um, and then I've done different programs and so on, but I still do it now.
Mm.
And it's because, like I say, I've attached it to it becomes a habit when you attach it to something. There's no thinking involved. There's nothing to trip me up. There's no arrangements to make. I've taken away all of the possible obstacles.
Yeah.
So just doing that can change your game, because I know that I feel like a different person when I do, or if I don't do it, I'm like, oh, I feel totally wrong.
Mm.
So that for me really works well. It could look different for somebody else. It could be that they go out to walk, or that they, whatever your thing is, but it's something that moves your body and in a way that you're going to decide it is this much, it is this frequency, and it is a non-negotiable. Like I think it's a real game changer just for looking after you. Another thing that I feel has definitely been a part of who I do a lot of personal development, and I'm self-aware. So I've learned to really check in with myself on things. So if I'm feeling something, I will be like, why? And that's, not to the point of overly self-analysis, but I don't always assume that I'm right. I will question, why, and even my behaviors, like, why am I behaving like this? Why? What does this mean? And whilst I am very self-aware and can sort of self-coach to a degree, there is no way any of us can do that kind of thing on our own. So I always have someone in my corner, outside of my home, because I'm married to another type of coach and I got coaches all around me and friends, but professionally, where I actually pay the money to get the service rather than just mates helping mates out. There's lots of that, and that's lovely too. But I have always got someone in my corner in that way, because they'll tell me the harsh stuff I can't see, or, and it's, for me, that's always been important, that it's somebody that can do what I can't do to myself. Yes. So like that sort of thing. And that's definitely been an important part of it for me. And I think then the more recently, it's the actually connecting with humans at a human level. I think it's since the pandemic, we kind of went online, which is amazing. I'm a tech geek. I love the tech, but we detach too much. And I feel like, well, not only are we coming back anyway and we're all craving it, but now with even more technological advancements, I think that being more human is more important than ever. And it's like, don't wait until you're like stuck at your laptop day in, day out thinking, where are my friends? It's like, get out there now, find people, connect with your people, because it's again, part of the fuel of life.
Yeah, I love that. So let's all get out and get in the room, so you can all come to my event in the summer. But I love it. I love being in the room. I was in London yesterday. I'm going back to London this week. We've got our retreat coming up, haven't we, that we're both going to? It's going to be amazing. And it was interesting what you said about, doing workouts, because your brain is always going to go, oh, now I'm a bit tired. Oh, it's a bit rainy. Your brain is always going to try and trick you to just doing the easiest thing. So it's about discipline. It really is about discipline. And what you said about habit stacking, if anyone's read Atomic Habits, he talks about that beautifully. It's okay, as soon as I do this, I'll do that. Attach it to, as soon as I wake up, I'm going to do this, or as soon as I have a lunch break, I'm going to take a walk. And if you attach habits to something you're already doing, it's so much easier to to keep them consistent, isn't it?
It really is. It is exactly that. Take away any opportunity for the internal negotiation to happen. It's like, no negotiation, brain. I'm not listening. I'm already in my gear and I've pressed play. Don't scroll your phone. Just do it. Like whatever it is. Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. Well, thank you for all of this. There's so much wisdom there. Really, really interesting. If anyone's got any questions or wants to come and find you, where should they come?
I'm in most places. I think that you'll find me on Instagram. I am Lucy Shrimpton is my handle. That's the good place. Drop me a message on there, or Facebook, same. Yeah, wherever you like to hang out, you'll find me.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, Sophie. Bye.